first graders, it's Mrs. Foeller. I wanted to give a little math lesson to you, and we're going to talk about shapes and dividing those shapes into fractions. So you already know 2D shapes. So what shape is our whiteboard? Yep, you're right. Our whiteboard is a rectangle. So what I want you to do now is think about if you were going to share this whiteboard with someone and you needed to break it in half, how would you divide it into 2 equal parts? If you have your whiteboard, draw a line to show me. This is how I would divide mine. Okay, it looks the same on both sides. That's what's important when you divide something into equal parts. Okay, another way that you could have done it is this way. My line's a little crooked, but as long as both sides are the same, that is in equal parts. And then with a rectangle, there's even one more way you could do it. You could do that diagonal line. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to label when you divide something in half. So when I have a shape and I look at the pieces, this right here is one piece. So I write a 1 on top. Then I'm going to draw a line under that 1. And I'm going to count the total amount of pieces now. 1, 2. That number goes on the bottom. So we read this as 1/2, or 1 out of 2 pieces. And then this side would be 1 out of 2 pieces as well, or 1/2. Okay, now let's try a different shape. I'm gonna draw a triangle. All right, now let's see, how could I divide this triangle in half? Think about that for a minute. Do both sides look equal? I think so. This could be 1/2, and this could be 1/2 if I were dividing it. Now, it's important that we know that if we just draw a line anywhere in a shape, can that be 1/2 and 1/2? No. It's important we know that they have to be equal or the same on both sides. This piece is a lot smaller and not even the same shape as this side. So this would not be 1/2 and 1/2. All right. Now let's talk about a circle. How would you divide a circle in half? You could go straight up and down. You could go at a diagonal, but you just want to make sure that both sides are equally as big. Okay? You don't want to draw a skinny little piece over here and then have a big piece on one side. Now we can label it 1/2. 1/2. And 2 halves, we can see, make 1 whole. All right, now let's go back to our big rectangle. And we're going to talk about fourths. So we had this divided in halves. Now if we divide it again, now I have 4 pieces. I drew 2 lines and I have 4 pieces. So now when I label this, I still am in one piece, so I put a 1 on top, but now it's out of how many pieces? Total. 1, 2, 3, 4 of equal size. 1/4. That's how we write 1/4. All of these pieces, because they're equal, are 1/4 of the rectangle. Ooh, I'm going to do a challenge question. If I colored in 2/4, what is 2/4 equal to? That's right. 2/4 is equal to 1/2 of my board. Cool. I'm going to give you one more shape that I want you to divide into fourths. Let's do that circle. Show me how you would divide this circle into 4 equal pieces. I'm showing you mine. Maybe ours match. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, now I want you to label it. How would I label each of these pieces? Remember, I'm in 1 out of 4 pieces. This is 1 out of 4 pieces. 1/4, 1/4. And again, if I were to color 2/4, that would be equal to half of my circle. If I colored in 3 parts, that'd be 3/4 colored. I would write it like this. 3/4 are colored. 1/4 is not shaded. I hope you learned some about fractions today. I can't wait to practice this more with you next week too. And have an awesome day, first graders. Thanks for listening.